Let's take a look at question 12 from homework 6. This is a word problem, so as with all of the word problems before this, we need to figure out what the variables and what the function is telling us, and then we need to figure out what they're asking and how we can use this function and its derivative to give them the answers they're looking for. This one I'm not going to work out in its entirety. I'm going to basically give you the roadmap to figure this one out for yourself, because all it is using the chain rule, which you've done at this point almost a dozen times on this homework, using the chain rule to find your derivative and then knowing what to plug into the derivative to get your answers. Okay, so this says the population of Americans aged 55 years and over as a percent of the total population is approximated by the following function where t is measured in years with t equals 0 corresponding to the year 2000. Okay, so this is, wow. This is a percentage. That's, I guess, a percent of the population that is 55 and over. And the t is time in years since 2000. So this can trip people up a little bit. What that means is that if you wanted the information for the year 2001, you'd have to plug in a 1 here, because 2001 is 1 year from 2000. If you wanted the information for 2000 and, well, this function only works up to 20 years, you wanted 2020, then you just need to figure out how many years between 2020 and 2000. That's 20, and so you'd plug in a 20 for the t there. So you plug in the number of years since 2000 in here, and that's going to give you the percentage of the population that is 55 years old or older. So they are asking us for the percentage in the years 2006 and 2018. They might be asking for different years from you. These are the ones that they're asking me for. So they want us to figure out what, they're not asking for the percentage, they're asking at what rate it was changing. So what we need here is going to be f prime of 6, because it's been 6 years since 2000 and we want a rate of change. So to get this, you're going to need to use the chain rule on f of t, on f of t, and then plug in 6 for t and solve it. Make sure that you round to the right number of decimals. They're asking for 3 decimals, okay? So you know how to do the chain rule. You're probably going to need your calculator to do it this time because you're going to get some interesting exponents, but you know how to do it. You've done it. So this one, you do the chain rule and then plug in 6 for t. This one, it's just going to be f prime of 18 because it's been 18 years since 2000 at this point. So you've already got your f prime of t because you did the chain rule, and now you're just going to plug in, for this one, you're going to plug in 18. So this one, plug in 18, okay? So if you have trouble with that, shoot me an email, but that should be pretty straightforward at this point. So the next thing they're asking is what will the percent of the population of Americans age 55 and older be in the year 2018? So they're asking for the percentage of the population. They're not asking for a rate of change anymore. They're asking what the actual percentage is going to be. Well, that was our original function up here, right? So now, instead of plugging things into f prime, we're just going to go back and plug that information into the original function. So for this next one, this last blank that you need to fill in, you are going to take f, in my case, f of 18, because that's the year that they gave me, and round to 3 decimal places. So this is going to be the original function. These guys here, these are in the derivative. This one is in the original function. And so that, you should just be able to plug the 18 in for the t here, type that into your calculator, and get an answer. Now I'll tell you, if you were working it with my numbers, I'll tell you what the answers were for that. For this one here, it was 28.555. For the year 2006, I don't know why I wrote the year in the answer spot, but that was 0.427. And this one here for 2018, it was 0.294, okay? So if you want to try it out using these numbers, those are the answers you should come up with. Then go back and do it with your own, okay? So chain rule, plug in the values that are the years since 2000. So if you have like 2005 and 2015, you're going to plug in a 5 and a 15. In this case, it's 6 and 18. And then the last step is to plug that 18 or whatever they're asking for. In this case, mine was 18. Yours might be something else. Plug that back into the original function and solve. And that will be the answer to your question.